inside our Los Angeles studio. With a win tonight, the Boston Celtics, Chiney, they can clinch home court advantage for the entire postseason. Until they win, the conversation is going to go something like this. Well, are they really serious? Is this going to be the year for Boston? Who is the biggest challenge to the Boston Celtics? So we're going to have that conversation once again right now.
Okay, so I'm going to put a twist on it.
Okay.
The biggest threat to the Boston Celtics are the Boston Celtics based off of the expectations that they have set. Because everyone looks at the distance between 1 and 2, and it's 12 games in the East. People expect them to come out of the East. Now, going up against the West, the only circumstance to me, the Denver Nuggets going long distance in a final series, that people will be like, okay, we had a semi-decent successful series. But overall, when I look at Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, a team that has improved, like the expectations, the last time they have a championship was when you had a jersey on. You know, if this doesn't work, it's going to force some very, very difficult questions.
So, outside of the Boston Celtics, okay, who's the biggest threat? Tell me this. Giannis, Dame, Chris Middleton. What other teams in the Eastern Conference have a better big three? I'll wait. Not one. They're the best big three outside of the Celtics. Okay, if you want to go down the line, Bobby Portis, 6-man off the bench. What other team in the Eastern Conference outside the Celtics have a better 6-man? It's not one. If you want to talk about having an elite three-point shooter, because we all know shooting is important when it comes down to in the postseason. Malik Beasley. Can anybody find one that's shooting a higher percentage or having a better career for shooting the three ball? So the answer is the Milwaukee Bucks. It's the Milwaukee Bucks.
Who are coming off a loss to the Washington.
Yeah, but they also have signature wins after the All-Star break that then beat some quote-unquote contenders, including the defending champs.
Do you trust them getting to the position to even play the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals right now, Perk?
Yes. Yes, the East is very vulnerable.
Let's be honest. The Celtics haven't looked over their shoulder in weeks. Okay?
Right.
And the teams that are behind them are all banged up. You know, Dame is out. Donovan is dealing with his knee problems. The Knicks don't know when they're getting their lead players back. But then something happened last night. We saw Joel Embiid come back. And Joel Embiid looked very, very good to me. Now, he obviously was going to be facing some conditioning issues, but he moved well, he got lift, he got to his spots. I think Joel Embiid's got a good chance to get back into that rhythm by the time the playoffs come. And they are sitting there in the 8th seed. And they're 2 games plus out of the tiebreak from 6 and 7. The Celtics better just keep an eye on those Sixers.
Well, let me ask you a question about Joel Embiid. What has been the biggest knock on Joel Embiid?
Availability.
No, not just availability when it comes to the postseason.
Well, he's never made it to the conference finals.
Because he hasn't delivered consistently. But you know who has?
Giannis.
Why are you out here doing his homework for him?
Because, you know, that's brother, I'm sister. I get what he's saying. But at the end of the day, I believe more in the Celtics versus the East versus the Bucks versus the Celtics.
We all agree with you on that. But they got to face somebody.
Right. And you guys are doing the Texas two-step over here, and I think we all agree. It's just that until the Boston Celtics are that team, the last one standing, because that man, Jason Tatum, is still in his mid-20s, really, and has been to 4 Eastern Conference Finals, has been to the finals, has never won it. This is the conversation that is going to come up again and again and again until it doesn't, particularly because he has a contract looming that could make him the first $300 million man.
And they'll have some real questions if they don't win.
Try to boast at what I look like. Keep them going, try to wear, I pull up all brains. Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. The city over here,